dismissed every accomplishment I've made. You've talked about my father. Well, you call me an entitled millennial, I call you a carny succubus, because the dirty secret about you, the dirty secret is you need this generation more than it needs you.
What up, y'all? It's KMB the Sexy Ninja in the place to be for a Paper Saber universe, and this is the New World Podcast, brother. And we're talking about Dynamite, October 1st, 2025, Excalibur, Taz, and Brian on commentary. We're in Hollywood, Florida, for the 6th anniversary at the Hard Rock Live. Oh my gosh. I was so excited for the show. And man, I don't know. Am I a sicko? I guess I am, because this was a really, really, really fun show. We started off with our first match of the night was Kenny Omega, Brodito versus the Bucks and Josh Alexander. But beforehand, we get a little promo, well, not really a promo, but Nick and Matt, they had that money that they won, and they've been spending it like crazy, casino, trying to double it. But they're trying to get their big pyro back, big intro, so they need a little bit of money, but it was all gambled away at the casino. Oh man, that was funny. Just before the match, and then we cut to them in the ring. No introduction whatsoever, no entrance, but they were even labeled on the card the Broke Bucks. Oh my gosh, man. I love when Matt goes to Nick. He's like, "What happened?" He's like, "I don't know. I just spent all the money." Oh man, it was just a fun way to start the show. And this match right here, holy hell, Kenny Brodito versus Bucks and Josh. This is my match of the night. Right off the bat, we even had a hey Macarena, 3 or 4 spots of it, I believe, and it was just fun. This is why I'm here. This is why I come to AEW. Like, I come here for just nonstop, just go kick some freaking ass, like, wrestling here. And they did not disappoint. This was the way, you're like, this is the 6th anniversary? Well, welcome to 6 years of AEW. All right, man. And but Kenny and Brodito did get the win over Bucks and Josh, but this match is awesome, man. And there was a little bit of like Kenny and Bucks, it was like Kenny yelling at them, and then all of a sudden Josh attacks Kenny and he starts beating down Kenny. Bucks like, I don't know what to do. Then here comes Jurassic Express. They're back, baby. I'm guessing we're going to get Jurassic Express and the Young Bucks at Wrestle Dream, because we built a lot of matches for Wrestle Dream here. But the funny part about this was Kenny's getting his ass kicked. It's just the Bucks that look up like, is anyone going to save Kenny? Anybody? Jurassic Express? Yeah. So Jurassic Express attack the Bucks, and they get in a fight, blah, blah, blah. They shoo the Bucks away. Then they take out Josh Alexander. Then Kenny gets in Jack Perry's face, because they have history and stuff like that. But Jack Perry's like, hey, I know whatever's going on, but my focus is the Bucks. And he goes and boom, takes out the Bucks. So then we get Kenny cuts a promo. He says, yes, six years, man. And he cuts a really great, passionate promo saying thank you to the fans and everything like that. But then the lights go out. It's like, what now? What now? Andrade is back in AEW. He went from WWE to AEW to WWE to AEW. Oh my gosh. Andrade, my boy. And his run in WWE was okay. I really thought there was going to be something different. I really thought they were really going to push him, but from what I was reading, that he was let go by the company for some things backstage. I don't know, not drug related or anything like that. Something about breaking a policy. I don't know. Something happened, but Andrade is back, and I feel like, okay, cool. I'm all for this. And the thing I'm not really for is Andrade joining the Don Callis family. I was like, oh, yeah, Don's on commentary. He comes up, then they shake hands, and I was like, oh, poor Kenny. He keeps getting beat down. He even put it on, I believe, his Instagram or Twitter or whatever, a photo of 50 Cent. He's like, I'm kind of tired of these beatdowns. But Andrade is back, and he has joined the Don Callis family. We get a beautiful package showing all 6 years. Even Punk got into the package. I was like, oh, okay. But a beautiful package of all the history of AEW Dynamite in the past 6 years. Mark Briscoe cuts a promo, and he says the 3 letters that keep haunting him is MJF. You know, I told you to keep my brother's name out of your mouth. We had our big match at All Out, and you had to go. Now you're going away. You know, I'll be right here, buddy. I'll be right here. And he says, you know, Orange Cassidy now is going to fight, and he's going to, you know, he goes, I can patiently wait, because he wanted a shot at that TNT Championship, and, you know, MJF foiled it, you know. So Mark says, give me some love, conglomeration love here, you know, the Orange Cassidy, and that's our next match of the night, Kyle Fletcher versus Orange Cassidy. Oh my gosh, another banger of a match here, man. Kyle Fletcher and Orange Cassidy going all out here. Kyle Fletcher, when he lays them in, man, it just looks so brutal and devastating, man. But after these two are battling it, Hologram comes out because Dawn is trying to interfere, and then he trips up Orange Cassidy, and this is evil Hologram, you know. And, of course, Kyle Fletcher takes advantage and gets the win over Orange Cassidy. And guess what we're going to do here? We're going to beat down Orange Cassidy. And then here comes the Paragon, Mark. You know, they run out there to try to save their homie. But this is where it's crazy. Don brings out the whole fam. He's like, look at this. I'm like, God dang, dude. They just keep growing and growing and growing. And I'm guessing that's the point. But damn. Don Callis family. But he's got Andrade. He's got an ace in the hole, ace in the sleeve now. You know, he's got so much talent in the Don Callis family. I think that's just insane. So, yeah. Awesome match, though. We go to Renee with Mercedes Moné. Then here comes Harley with Puppet Moné. But Moné has put out a challenge. She says she's going to fight somebody next week on Title Tuesday, and says it's somebody from Florida, somebody she's never wrestled. So it's just like, oh, okay. But glad that Puppet Harley is back. Well, Puppet Moné, my bad. Next up is Mox Cult versus Hangman and the Ops. Oh my goodness, another banger with the capital B, cause this is AEW for the sickos. This was a really fun match, man. You know, you could feel the tension though between Hangman and Joe. Even after this big battle, Hangman and the Ops get the win. Hangman is trying to he gives Hobbs his title, then he gives Joe his title, but kind of bumps it and falls down, and Joe looks at it, he didn't like that, and then all of a sudden, the tension grew even more. Hangman's like, yay, we won, and then Joe grabs him, he's like, what the hell's your problem? He's like, what are you talking about? He goes, the championship, he just bumped me, and it fell. He goes, bro, calm down. Then it ends up with security coming out because they know shit's about to go down. But man, Hobbs is like, bro, look at me, calm down, man. And I'm just like, are we gonna get Hangman and Joe at Wrestle Dream? Woo, please, Lord. Oh man, I just love that. I'm gonna bust your ass. I'm like, damn, Joe. And then Joe's gonna kill you. Hangman is confused too. He's like, I don't know. That escalated quickly. I just tried to give you your championship back, bro. We have a Jet Speed, Willow, FTR, Stokely promo here package for Collision. Kevin Knight wants one of FTR at Collision this Saturday. Renee is with Hangman, and he's just like, I don't know what's going on with Joe, but Joe, you know, if you want to fight, we can fight. And not only just fight, but for this championship, me and you at Wrestle Dream, I'm like, yes, da, 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 da. I did a dance, man. I was like, give me Joe, give me Hangman. Cowboy shit versus that. Ooh, this is going to be good. We have Toni Storm. She's back in Hollywood, Florida. She versus Tay Mello. Or is it Ty Mello? Ty Mello, right? I think so. This was okay. This was fun for what it was. But Toni got the win, and she cuts a promo afterwards. She says, Chris Statlander, I heard nothing after the count. this and that. She like, who am I? And Chris Statlander, I'm not done with you. Me and you at Wrestle Dream for that championship 1-on-1, because they never faced each other 1-on-1. I'm like, yes, give me this, Tony Khan. I'm calling you right now, bro. Give me this match. Oh, and my favorite part about this, because my least favorite part about this promo was the crowd being like, what? Hate the what chants. But Tony prevailed. She got through it. But my favorite part about this is right at the end. She grabs my hand and she goes, and I'm going to be... And she can't say timeless because she doesn't have her championship. And I felt so bad for Tony, but Tony wants to prove herself. She's part of this is now her redemption movie. It has begun. And she drops the mic and we fade to black. And I was like, oh, the lights go out, then we fade to black. But Tony is on her comeback. We have Eddie. They announced Eddie Kingston versus, I believe, Jalistico at Collision. Then Sammy cuts a promo on his package on him. And I like that Eddie's like, don't let the man speak for you because I'm going to be the one beating your ass and not him. So, yeah. Renee's with Joe and Hobbs, and Joe's heated. Joe's like, man, he's like, what do you say? He's like, I'll fight him. I'll take him on. I'll get my shot. And, maybe this kind of woke me up, kind of just to tell you, like, who I am. I'm Samoa fucking Joe, bro. And he's like, you're on this cowboy shit. Well, with me, you're going to be in deep shit. And I'm like, oh, dropping bars, Joe. You dropping bars. Gates of Agony versus Swirl. Ricochet on commentary. I was like, okay, but Gates of Agony got the win. Of course, there's a beatdown on Swirl. Then here comes the Hurt Syndicate. MVP's out there, and we get an MVP chant. He's like, hey, I'm really sorry to the Hurt Syndicate. I let y'all down. Maybe I missed a step and whatnot, but y'all punks beat MVP. You didn't beat the Hurt Syndicate, pointing at Shelton and Bobby and everything. He's like, no, you beat me. But, we want to settle this next week. Next week, right? Yeah. It says in my notes. Yes. A street fight. Yeah. The Demand versus the Hurt Syndicate in a street fight on Title Tuesday. And what is next Title Tuesday as well is also at the same time as NXT TNA Showdown. Yeah. A lot of wrestling on a Tuesday night. On a Tuesday night. Yeah, I'm actually excited about this. So then we have Renee with Chris. She answers the challenge and says, yes, at Wrestle Dream, me and you, 1-on-1. And here comes Harley, her best friend. I was like, oh. And Harley, I love Harley. I love when Monday was like, I thought you were a cat. She's like, no, there's the puppet, the cat. It's too much sometimes. We have Alicia with the Dawn fam. And what I loved about this is he's with Okada and Takeshita. And Dawn calls out Brodito, says, next week you're going to face Takeshita and Okada. And Takeshita's like, what? Not me and him? And Okada's like, yeah, me and you. You got a problem? And I'm like, oh, the tease, man, with Okada and Takeshita. I'm just like, oh, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Maybe this is the turning point of Takeshita leaving the Don Callis family and facing Okada for that championship. I'm like, yes. I think that's what we're building to for Wrestle Dream. I'm like, take my money. Here's my wallet. You know what? Take it out of my pocket right now. Here you go, Tony. Tony Khan, here. You already have my wallet. It's already in the negative, but take it again, damn it. A little too much. Now, we go into our main event here, a tornado tag match. This match was fucking sweet. Chris Statlander, Darby Allin versus Marina Shafir and Wheeler Yuta. Oh my gosh, there's a Kill Yuta sign. We just get straight into the action here. Like Chris and Darby go right after Marina and Yuta, and they just start fighting. They get in a big old fight. We get crazy spots, man. Oh my gosh, there's a spot where Darby, he did that little missile thing out of the ring and he hit, and Yuta moved out of the chair and boom! I was like, oh my God, poor Darby in his back. We got chairs in the ring, man. We set up a little mountain of chairs for the crazy spots to happen. Yuta brings out some tacks. I'm just like, oh my gosh. And then Marina, this is why you don't wrestle barefoot. Chris, well, you know what's great too is Chris got Yuta a few times, and Yuta got Chris. I'm like, I love the fact in AEW they let the women and men fight too. I love that. Let's just go balls to the wall, crazy. That's what this whole tornado tag match was. But poor Marina, bam, feet in the thumbtacks. I was like, holy shit! Ah, not the feet. Made my feet hurt, man. But crazy. And I think this is one of my favorite endings to a match is they were going to do the powder spot. And then Yuta powders Marina by accident. Then Darby pushes Yuta into Marina. Marina just starts choking Yuta because she thinks it's Darby. Oh my gosh, this was great. And then, of course, Chris takes out Yuta. Then Darby does the coffin drop, and we get the 1, 2, 3. Whew. Is that enough now? Is that enough for to wet my whistle? My whistle is wet. No, we're not done. Because after this, Tony Storm comes out and Chris Statlander sees her and she goes up to the ramp, and I'm looking at this. I'm like, this is money. And they look at each other and they just do a little smirk, and then they just start fighting. I'm like, hell yeah. Then you got Darby in the background whipping the shit out of Yuta with his belt. Oh my gosh. And then I was like, then here comes Pac. He attacks Darby. Then here comes Claudio. Here comes Moxley. Darby's beat. He's just Pac is choking out Darby. And Mox is like, at Wrestle Dream, me and you, I'm going to make you say the 2 words, man. With all my I'm going to do it. I don't care. Me and you at Wrestle Dream in the I Quit match, I'm going to make you say I quit. Then just to put the cherry on top, Pac just devastating clothesline and just takes out Darby. I was like, how are you still standing? You were just choked, bro. But that was AEW's Dynamite. On to Collision in Lakeland, Florida. Wrestle Dream, October 18th. Blood and Guts, November 12th. In Greensboro, North Carolina for the women. I'm eating good. No crumbs. So that was AEW's Dynamite 6th anniversary at the Hard Rock Live, Hollywood, Florida. Excalibur, Taz, and Brian in commentary. 5 out of 5. Awesome show. Match of the night, man. There's so many, but my match is Kenny Rodito versus Bucks and Josh. Moments. There's so many moments. The Hey Macarena spot, the casino, Hangman and Joe. There's just so many. I just can't break it down to one specific, moment. Like, there's just so many. Like, especially in the I would say my second match tonight is the tornado tag team match. Why can't I talk? Yeah, great stuff here, man. So I might watch the show again. That's how good this show was. I might watch the show again just to give it another run through and not really pay attention to my note taking and just enjoy it, because I'm a sicko. All right, y'all. Drop those comments below. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Share with your grandma. Share with the bum down at Walmart. I am KMB the Sexy Ninja. And remember that the New World Podcast is for life, brother.